Humans can survive the death of their own battleship. I did not believe that sentence when I first heard it. My species does not believe impossible things. We removed them from our language. Then I saw the human ship. I was Commander Vayer of the Thalaxian Void Fleet. My task was simple. Find the human vessel. Identify its weapons. Destroy it before it reached the outer colonies. We had studied humans for 83 cycles. They were small, soft, fragile. Their bodies required oxygen, food, water, warmth, and constant protection. Their ships were worse. Human battleships needed enormous engines to move their heavy metal frames. Their armor was thick because their crews were weak. Their weapons were powerful because their bodies were not. That was our conclusion. It was also our first mistake. Our fleet entered the Black region beyond the Karen Belt at 4:17 fleet time. 27 warships moved in perfect formation. I watched the sensor display. Nothing. No engines. No communications. No heat signatures. No life. The human battleship was supposed to be there. My tactical officer clicked his feeding mandibles nervously. Perhaps they fled. I almost laughed. Humans did that often. When threatened, they retreated. That was the pattern we had recorded. Threaten them. They retreat. Block their escape. They negotiate. Destroy one of their ships. They surrender. It was elegant. Predictable. Safe. Then something appeared behind our fleet. Not on the sensors. Not in space. Behind us. The stars disappeared. I turned toward the observation wall. A shape was floating there. Massive. Black. Silent. At first, I thought it was a moon. Then lights appeared across its surface. Hundreds of them. Tiny windows. Engine ports. Weapon systems. The object was longer than our largest carrier. Its hull looked burned. Not damaged. Burned. Deep scars covered its surface. Whole sections were missing. And yet it was moving. Slowly. Directly toward us. My tactical officer froze. Commander, I already knew. The human battleship had arrived. Our sensors finally recognized it. One vessel. Alone. No escort. No support fleet. No fighter screen. Nothing. I felt relief. The human pattern had begun. They were alone because they were afraid. That was what I believed. I ordered the fleet to surround it. 27 ships formed a perfect sphere around the human vessel. Its engine stopped. It did not fire. It did not communicate. It did not turn away. I waited for a surrender transmission. None came. Instead, the human ship turned toward us. Its damaged side faced my flagship. I stared at the scars. There were thousands. Some were enormous. One cut ran almost the entire length of the hull. How did it survive that? My tactical officer whispered. I gave the obvious answer. It did not. Then the human ship powered its engines. The entire vessel shook. Not from damage. From force. Space itself seemed to bend around it. Our fleet computer screamed with warnings. The ship was accelerating. Toward us. I ordered evasive movement. 27 ships moved apart. The human battleship continued forward. It did not chase one target. It passed through the center of our formation. Then every light on its hull went dark. For 3 seconds, there was nothing. No ship. No engines. No humans. Only darkness. I smiled. The creature inside me that understood war felt satisfied. The humans had made a mistake. They had exposed themselves. They had attacked without protection. They were afraid. They were desperate. They were going to die. Then my flagship vanished. Not exploded. Not destroyed. Vanished. The ship was simply gone. Every screen went white. Gravity collapsed. The deck beneath my body twisted. I was thrown against the command structure. Alarm screamed. When my vision returned, half my fleet was missing. I looked at the tactical display. The human battleship was still there, unmoved, silent. I could not understand. Fire everything. Our remaining ships opened fire. Thousands of plasma bolts crossed the darkness. Missiles followed. Rail weapons. Gravitic lances. Everything we possessed struck the human hull. The battleship disappeared behind a storm of energy. I waited. 1 second. 2. 3. The smoke cleared. The human ship remained. Its armor was glowing red. Then the red faded. It was healing. Not repairing. Healing. Metal plates shifted. Broken sections closed. Burned surfaces became smooth. My tactical officer made a sound I had never heard from a trained soldier. Fear. I stared at the ship. Impossible. A transmission finally arrived. Only 3 words. You fired first. The voice was human. Calm. Almost tired. I ordered every remaining ship to retreat. That was when the human battleship opened its main weapons. I had studied human behavior for 83 cycles. I knew what humans did when they were cornered. They ran. I was wrong. Humans did not run when they were cornered. They became the corner. I was wrong. Humans did not run when they were cornered. They became the corner. The words remained in my mind as the human battleship opened its main weapons. I expected missiles, plasma, perhaps some primitive kinetic projectile. Instead, the stars disappeared. A line of darkness crossed the battlefield. It struck our nearest cruiser. There was no explosion. The cruiser simply folded. Its armor compressed inward. Its engines collapsed. Its entire mass became a point of white light. Then nothing. My fleet scattered. That was our second mistake. We believed distance meant safety. The humans believed something else. I learned this when a human battleship accelerated. It did not chase us. It moved between us. Everywhere at once. One moment it was above my fleet. The next it was behind us. Then beneath us. Its engines left no trail. Its weapons fired without warning. Ship after ship disappeared. I watched our numbers fall. 27. 20. 14. 8. My tactical officer stopped giving reports. There was nothing left to report. Then the human battleship stopped. I felt hope. It had to be exhausted. Even a human machine had limits. That was what I believed. I ordered the remaining ships to regroup. 7 vessels formed around my flagship. We had enough firepower to destroy a planetary defense station. Surely one damaged human battleship could not survive another attack. We fired together. The darkness lit up. The human vessel disappeared inside the blast. For the first time, I felt victory. Then the transmission came. Still here. The human voice sounded almost amused. My body went cold. The smoke cleared. The ship emerged. More damaged. More burned. More broken. But still moving. Then I noticed something strange. It was not repairing its armor anymore. It was ignoring the damage. Entire sections were gone. Atmosphere escaped into space. Yet the vessel continued forward. I opened a direct channel. Why do you refuse to retreat? There was silence. Then the human answered. Because you're behind us. I did not understand. Behind them was empty space. No colony. No military base. No strategic target. Nothing worth protecting. So I asked, what is behind you? The human did not answer. That frightened me more than any weapon. I ordered my last ships to scan the area. The results appeared. 300,000 human life signs. I stared. They were not on the battleship. They were behind it. Hidden inside the debris field. Civilian transport. Medical ships. Cargo vessels. Escape capsules. A human colony fleet. The battleship had been standing between us and them. It had not been attacking to win. It had been attacking to buy time. My assumptions began collapsing. The humans were not defending a military objective. They were defending people. That behavior made no biological sense. A commander should preserve the strongest assets. A battleship should survive. A species should protect its soldiers first. Humans had done the opposite. They had sent their strongest vessel alone. They had let us destroy it piece by piece. And now I understood the scars. Those scars were not old. They were from previous battles. The human ship had been fighting before it reached us. Perhaps for hours. Perhaps days. Maybe longer. I looked at the damaged hull. For the first time, I did not see weakness. I saw history. Then the human battleship moved again. But this time it did not attack us. It turned toward the colony fleet. Its engines burned white. The civilians escaped into hyperspace. One by one. Gone. Safe. The battleship remained. Alone. My tactical officer whispered, "Commander, we should withdraw." I agreed. Finally. We turned away. Then the human ship transmitted again. Wait. I froze. Our remaining weapons were still active. The human battleship was badly damaged. Why would it want us to stop? The answer came seconds later. The colony fleet had vanished. The humans no longer needed to protect anything. The battleship turned toward us. Its damaged hull opened. Panels separated. I saw something beneath the armor. Not one weapon. Hundreds. Thousands. Our sensors failed. Then every human light turned red. My crew began screaming. I understood. We had never seen the human battleship at full strength. The entire battle had been a restraint, a delay, a shield. The human ship had been holding something back. I ordered immediate retreat. Too late. The battleship launched, not weapons. Itself. The entire ship became a projectile. A mountain of metal traveling faster than anything our fleet could track. It struck the largest remaining cruiser. The impact destroyed both. But the human battleship did not stop. Its broken core detached. A smaller vessel emerged from inside it. Then another. Then another. My mind could not process what I was seeing. The battleship had been built around escape ships. The entire warship was a shell. A disposable shell. Its true purpose was never to survive. Its purpose was to make sure others survived. I finally understood the human pattern. They did retreat. They did surrender. They did sacrifice. But only when survival served the larger group. When their people were threatened, something changed. They stopped behaving like individuals. They became something else. A single organism. A weapon with millions of minds. Our fleet fled. I ordered every engine to maximum power. We left the battlefield. We did not celebrate. We did not transmit victory reports. We did not even speak. Because one question followed us through the dark. How many human battleships existed? We had seen one. Only one. And it had nearly destroyed an entire fleet while protecting civilians. 3 cycles later, our deep space sensors detected another object near the border. Then another. Then 10. Then hundreds. Human ships. Different shapes. Different sizes. All moving toward our territory. I watched them appear across the tactical display. My officers waited for my command. I had none. Because I finally understood the truth. The first human battleship had never been the danger. It had been the warning. And the most terrifying thing about humans was not that they could survive the death of their battleships. It was that they had already learned how to survive without them. Like this story? Subscribe for more HFY sci-fi stories. Because when humanity sends its first battleship, you should pray it isn't the last.